Hi, welcome to just a brief introduction of Microsoft Office and the basic setup of the tool, which will include the ribbon, which goes across the top, and right above it is a small area that's called the Quick Access Toolbar, and then also the status bar, which is at the bottom of each tool. I will just be doing this introduction on Word since it's the most commonly used tool, and then I will be going into a little bit on Word just to show you how to do various things, but I will go ahead and cover a lot more on Word in later segments. So this is the tool itself. If you notice, going across the top is the ribbon. It has menu going across, and in each menu item, there are actual commands that go across, and each of them fit into various groups, like the table group is anything with regard to putting in a table. And then also I have word art, which is really nice for making fancy looking words, and also symbols, and then equations. So the nice thing about Word and also Excel is that you can put in equations, and I think you can on PowerPoint also, which is really useful because it makes the presentations look so much nicer. If you notice, the first item in here is File, and File is called the Backstage View. And to begin with, it opens up, and I have either a blank document or other documents, or I can choose one of the documents I have edited recently. I can also do a new, which will then just give me the choice of the various document types I have. And as I add templates, I can do that. New ones will be done. And then open will just have a list of various of the documents I've gone through, and also my main locations where I have saved documents. Again, home is sort of a combination between new and open. Then the other things in here are info. And then I haven't entered anything, so notice it's page 1, but words 0, and there is no saved side yet because the product hasn't been saved. Then I have been editing this file a little bit, so there are a few edits that it's done, and it's been edited for 57 minutes. Then I have a title. I call it sample document. I haven't really added any tags, and this is comment is this is for only information only. So then today, when I created it, I haven't really saved it yet, and it has the author. Then I can add another author if I want. And then I can also protect the document. I can say it's read-only, encrypt it with passwords so that I can make it harder to edit. And this is often done when you want certain fields that you can have the user edit, but not all fields. So there are ways of encrypting then the document so that portions of it that you do not want edited will not be edited. And I'll get into all this later on. Restrict editing. You can choose what can be done, what can't be done, and restrict access to only a few people. Then also I can add a digital signature for myself, for myself. And then if I want to mark as final, this makes editing really difficult. So please don't do that until it's really time. Then some of the other things that's on here are save. Save as will bring up a list of locations where I can save the document. Save will just go ahead and save the document. And the first time I save it, it will ask where I want to save it. Then print, share, and export and close. If I want to share it, this is one way of sending it email or through OneDrive by sharing a pointer to my OneDrive file. I can do this. Now, to get back into the main program, then this has gone through ribbons here. Then the next one is toolbar. If you notice then on the quick access toolbar, then I have certain ones that I have set up. And so, for example, if I decide I don't want email, then I can take that out. I said, nah, I do want it. So I add it back in. And these are the ones I usually use. I have save, email, and save is a floppy disk. Email sort of looks like a paperclip on an envelope or envelope, depending on how you want to pronounce it. And the paperclip just means there's going to be an attached file, which is whatever file this is. Then I have two choices here, quick print or print preview and print. I always do the print preview and print because it will bring up the picture of what's going to be printed, and I make sure that it's right before I waste ink and paper on something that really is not what I want. Undo and redo are normally there. They're not added. Then I have more commands. And then I can also set it below the ribbon, but I really don't like it below the ribbon because it uses up more space, because the title will still be up here and having it above the ribbon is nice, because this will reduce slightly the amount of area you have for editing, which is not good. Then more commands. And if you notice on this one, I did add shapes. If I wanted to, I can add more items that I want, but most of these are easy access from the home tab of the ribbon or from one of the other ones. So I don't really add anything more. I just have here the shapes because it's nice to add, but it would really be easy just to go to insert and then add shapes here, or smart art. And those are all nice to have, but are not really needed in the quick access toolbar. So I'm just going to say okay. So that's the ribbon, quick access toolbar, backstage view for file. Then down here at the bottom, then we have the number of the page and what page it is. And then nice thing, it tells me if there's any, goes through and does does proofing on this. So then the other thing is I wanted to show you, which is on the home page. If I wanted to, I can just type in a title. And notice then it's Calibri Light is the font of the title. Usually if you're doing documents for papers, you want to use Times New Roman because that's the standard one that is used for most documentation. And I'm just going to put in, this is a title. Notice it comes down and I can set up spacing, everything else, which I'll get into when I go into Microsoft Word. And then I'm typing in, this is the first paragraph. The nice thing, which I use quite a bit, is down here at the bottom. If you notice, then there's a scaling bar, zoom bar. And notice I can make it as small as I want, but it's hard for people to see, or I can increase the font size so that people can actually read the font. Then that's the standard print form. Then I have web form, which, if you remember web pages, they figure out how wide the web page is and will fill up the entire width. So that's what this will look like. And then also then I can do read mode, which just allows easy access, but I prefer keeping it in the print layout. And so that's the status. If you notice now, I don't have words, but I can go ahead and label, signature, track changes if I want to track set changes, page number, line number, column, where it is, word count. Notice now when I put in word count, it puts in the number of words I have here. And then notice if I put in, it says insert down there. So everything's pushed out, but if I hit the insert key again, it doesn't go there. If I come down here, the insert on most keyboards won't do this change, but if you notice the overtype, now be careful about this because sometimes people get into overtype mode and not really realize it, and they're typing over the work that they've already done. Most of the time I keep it in insert mode, but this is done down here. Usually you can also do it with the insert key on your keyboard. That one does not work for me right now. I'm not sure why, I'll have to look that up. And otherwise then, I think that is a reasonable overview of the ribbon, the quick access toolbar, and the status bar. Hope you enjoyed it.